Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to today's video. We thought we'd just give you a bit of an update on the current situation and what we're doing. But let's introduce everyone first. So I'm Rachel, and I'm helping Alex produce the first season of Wish Watch It Unfold.
Okay, I'm Alex. I'm producing the first season of Wish Watch It Unfold, and I'm also sort of creating this YouTube channel that we're going to be talking about a bit later, planning out all the programs and things on that, and doing everything in terms of production on that as well.
I'm Lisa. I'm one of the Wish investigators, but I'm involved in the history and doing the research for when we go out to properties.
Hi, I'm Niall. I'm part of the Wish team as well, so I'm the skeptic and do all the technology that side as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah. We're not joined by Ash today, but Ash is the lead investigator, and he will be on our other videos as well, and also on the YouTube videos that were coming out. Okay, guys. So a bit of an update on episode 3, because a lot of people are asking for it. And it will be out as soon as we can get out and film the last couple of bits. But unfortunately, because of the whole lockdown situation, we can't go out and finish it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be able to get that out to you soon, because I know a lot of you are asking. But we hope that you're enjoying episode 1 and 2, which are on Amazon for you to watch now. And if you do watch them, please review. If you don't want to write a message on there, you can just click the star rating on there as well. So if you leave a review on there, it really helps us to get some more views.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about the YouTube channel, which is new, and we're all very excited about it. Alex, this is sort of your thing. So I'll let you talk about it.
Okay, yeah. So with the YouTube channel, we have some ideas for programs and things that wouldn't really fit into the series. So we thought that we would put out some sort of experimental free type videos on YouTube and see how they do. We can try experiment with some more documentary types. We're planning on having sort of maybe a weekly thing where we do Q&As and discuss various subjects with the paranormal, with the Wish team. Having various discussions and things like that, talks about the equipment and everything that we use. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned. We should have a few videos coming out this week, which will be good. I've been working on them a little while now. So yeah, hopefully people will subscribe to that, and we can start playing around with different program types and things like that, and also upload some of the behind the scenes stuff that we have that doesn't make it, the extra stuff that doesn't always make it into the episode. So we've got plenty of that to upload.
I was going to say, there's normally quite a lot of that, isn't there, that doesn't make it in?
Yeah, there is. I mean, on the first episode, for example, I had about an hour of just the team analysis sections, like an hour itself just on the analysis. So yeah, there's a lot that gets cut out.
You tend to go on a bit sometimes.
It was probably a massive rant of Niall's sceptical opinion that's an hour long.
Yeah, so there's always plenty of extras that we can...
having something up there to go through our equipment as well. So I think quite a lot of people have asked us before, haven't they? What equipment do we use properly? How does it work?
Yeah.
We've got a bit more of an in-depth thing there, haven't we? In-depth film there of our equipment and how it's used and everything.
We have.
So.
Yeah. So little things like that, really. If there's anything that anyone has any interest in seeing, we can do something with it. So if you let us know, maybe if you want, like Lisa said, if you wanted to know more about the equipment, we can do something on that. Just anything. If you have any ideas, let us know. But we're going to be experimenting with, some different programs and documentaries and things. So it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
One of the first ones is local, isn't it? At Parkhurst Forest.
Yeah. So one of the main ideas that we had for the channel is to do sort of little smaller investigations maybe than we used to on the series. So maybe sort of 10-20 minutes sort of thing. In different locations. Like we've got like Rachel said, we got one on Parkhurst Forest coming up. That was very interesting, wasn't it?
I think we weren't there for that long, were we? For
No.
like a mini episode, it was quite intense. What we've got, everyone will see it when they watch it on YouTube there, but it was quite intense, I think.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, we had some good stuff on there. So yeah, we're hoping. Obviously, we started working on this just before the whole lockdown situation. So we've got a couple of little investigations, but we can't actually get out to film as much as we'd like at the moment, obviously. So we're gonna try like some Q&As and things that we can do like this from inside for the time being, while we wait for this to be over with. So we'll have the link, won't we, today, if people want to go and subscribe, and we'll be aiming to put out some videos this week, hopefully. Yeah. So if people want to subscribe to that and click the bell icon, just so that they're notified when we put something up, that would be great. It would really help us out. And I'm sure there'll be some previews of episode 3 coming up at some point as well. So yeah, you'll be ready for all that if you subscribe.
Yeah. So I think this is a link. It will be on the Facebook page as well, won't it?
Yeah, we're going to put the link on the Facebook. Yeah.
Should we do some questions whilst everyone's here?
Yeah, we might as well. We had some interesting questions, haven't we? So
I did. Yes.
Should be interesting.
Questions. Means we can grill the skeptic.
Yeah.
And the historian. Let's start with Niall. So if you're watching this and you've seen the first 2 episodes, you'll know that we do team analysis where we go over some of the evidence that we find, and it always comes down to poor Niall and his skeptic opinion, which it does get heated sometimes, doesn't it?
Just a little bit.
So have you found anything from the first 2 episodes that you are unable to debunk so far, or evidence that you don't want to agree is because you're still skeptical but you're almost convinced?
With the first one at the Solent Inn, I would say the rock or whatever it was that came down the fireplace and shot out was something that was unexpected. It shocked you, especially Rachel. I remember that.
Everybody remembers that.
Yeah.
Trying to recreate that sort of thing can't be done. And then when we move on to the second one with God's Providence, it's stuff like the bauble, and then the thing that linked all of Lisa together with the candle, something like that was
really interesting.
Weird, but then it all came together in the end. You can't really explain that. So,
yeah, I mean, I do struggle trying to explain that Solent Inn, the fireplace, but it was either a huge coincidence, wasn't it? But it was the questions that we asked and the answers we got.
It was a sequence of events, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Yeah.
We already had the ovilus on the bar, and it was actually communicating with us, and it said it cannot appear. So we did actually ask it, didn't we, to do something else?
It came with Poltergeist as well. Was it Poltergeist?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I do find it funny though, going back to Rachel's famous reaction. I do find it funny how so far we've had, for the first 2 episodes, we've had the clip of Rachel jumping out of her skin is lead into the titles on every episode so far. Maybe we can get that as a running. Maybe I wonder if there's the one we can have for episode 3 as well.
Well, none of us were expecting that at Silent Inn, were we? Because it was, although we were having we saw activity, it wasn't very substantial, was it? It wasn't throwing, or it wasn't loud noises as such.
No, it was quite it was interesting stuff, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was sort of communication coming through on Alice and things like that. It was that was quite a step up.
It was quite friendly though, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, the initial reaction of us jumping, but we did ask for something. And
interesting things that happened all throughout the night in that place.
It was really surprising. Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting, because we've been in there and you go in some rooms and there's like absolutely no activity whatsoever. So the activity that's in there is obviously centered around certain rooms in there, but it did surprise me exactly how much we got. And you don't always get, I mean, poltergeist activity is quite an uncommon thing, isn't it? You don't normally get that all the time when you're investigating. I know when we've done, you know, private investigations and things like that, we don't normally come across poltergeist activity. So
I've never up until the Stone Inn, I've not experienced any. I mean, obviously, because we've been to 30 East now, haven't we?
Oh yeah,
that's changed a bit. But up until the Solent Inn, I hadn't experienced anything like
with
that.
the Solent Inn, it was just because the building was so small, wasn't it? You don't. But then that's again with 30 East Drive, isn't it? That's such a small house. You wouldn't think so much could happen in such a tiny house. It's just like a normal. You know, from the outside, it looks completely normal. You wouldn't expect it. But with the Solent Inn, yeah, just where everything was so small, we didn't expect that amount, anywhere near that amount of activity. It was really good. But in terms of poltergeist activity, one of the reports was, because it was in the bar area, wasn't it? And one of the reports is that glasses are thrown, isn't it, I think? So that would make sense.
The same area of the bar that we experienced poltergeist activity.
It's where we all sat, weren't we? All three of us were sat together.
At the main bar, yeah. That's good.
I think we just answered this next question. Which one of the team gets scared the most? No, it's not Ash, is it? Because he doesn't get scared. Well, he did at 30 East, didn't he?
Like he said to me before, I think when I first started investigating places, I think I was more scared than I am now. You know, I don't see myself as so much of a wimp nowadays, but I do still. I mean, when we're in Parkhurst, I just wanted to get out of there because it was like, it just doesn't feel right. I just wanted to go.
Actually, that's an interesting thing to sort of touch on. What is everyone's feeling on that? Because for me, it's always been, because I've, obviously before I got involved with the Wish Group, I used to go and film the investigations for Ghost Island books. And for me, I've never found it scary. It's always been like an adrenaline rush for me. I just love doing it. The only time I've been scared is actually in that night at 30 East Drive. It was when we were all sleeping, and in the morning, I could just feel something staring at me, and it didn't feel nice at all. That's the only time I've ever been scared. But for me, it's more of an adrenaline rush, really. What is everyone else's thoughts on that, Rachel?
I do get creeped out by some of the stuff that we have. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we got video evidence.
You'll see that. Yeah, you'll see that in some of the episodes. But I think once
like just fascinated by it all, aren't we? And it's just like
I think once you make contact and the initial being scared is gone, although it happens less and less now with me. But I find it more fascinating. I just want to talk to them more. And find more out, really.
I don't know everyone to see it in the next episode that's coming out, episode 3, when it does, but I don't know what you guys felt, but that didn't fit when we were at Trinity Theatre. I was actually a little bit scared then, to be honest. I don't know how everyone else felt. Not that I want to go too much into it just to spoil people's interest in it when they watch it, but I actually was quite scared then on the stage.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't tend to get scared of it. I find it more of an adrenaline rush. But yeah, I won't say too much. But there was a moment when me and Ash were investigating on the stage that was quite interesting. There was a really loud bang. It just shook the whole building, so that was quite interesting.
I think there's a lot of history for Trinity, isn't there? That it's not just a theatre, or was not just a theatre at the time, was it? It played some huge roles, and a bit like, I think all the history's sort of overlapped in there, hasn't it? But yeah, I couldn't say I thought I was quite comfortable at Trinity.
I think we're in the wrong line of work to get scared, though. If we got scared too much, we wouldn't do it, really, would we?
It's true.
You know.
Yeah. Niall, what's your opinion?
Not to be all that big-headed, but I don't really get scared that much.
Well, I mean, I guess that's because you're, from a skeptic's point of view, it wouldn't really if you don't believe in it, then you're not going to be scared by it, are you, really?
No, I didn't really like the Parkhurst Forest, to be honest, because I don't think you don't know what's out there, if that makes sense. Where if you're inside the building, you know, like who's in there and who should be there. Where outside, you're in the elements.
You see, I wasn't there for that investigation.
No.
And I always thought that it would be quite a good place to investigate because I always thought there'd be people around.
There what? We're not going to say what they were doing.
But I don't know. I never thought it'd be a scary place to go with Parkhurst, but
I think it's the power of a mind and suggestion, though, isn't it? Because it's dark and there's trees everywhere. You know.
I'm sorry that the dog's now in shock.
Tricks on you. As you go out there in the day, it's a completely different story, isn't it? You wouldn't get scared at all. I wouldn't at all.
But it's all sorts of films and that, isn't it? If you watch a horror film, it's not in a forest or something, so then your mind plays the thing of, it's similar, something's going to happen, but obviously you never know.
But something wasn't quite right in there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
I mean, we probably don't think of the history of Parkhurst that much, do we? As in how far it actually goes back. And then once you realise that...
Ancient woodland.
Yeah. All right, should we move on to another question?
Yep, go for it.
Let's see what else we've got. Oh, this was quite a good one, actually. Sorry about the dog, everybody.
It's all right.
He's very interested in the paranormal. Does being psychic or having some sort of connection help with making contact with the paranormal? That is actually a really interesting question from someone that's seen the first 2 episodes that wanted to know the answer.
Yeah. Who should we ask then? Should we ask Lisa?
Oh, God. It's a bit of a tricky question.
I mean, you've always thought as a team, though, you don't travel around places with the psychic. You have a skeptic instead, don't you?
Quite instinctive or intuitive about somewhere.
Yeah.
But personally, I'm not disputing anyone else's thoughts and feelings about this, but I don't actually go at all by using mediums or psychics. I think, as I say, you can use your own intuition when you go in there.
Yeah.
Your own feelings.
But it also kind of makes it that if someone tells you this happened here, then you'll start investigating and think, well, it must be this. When you don't have an open mind, similar to what you said.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Okay. Can you pick up activity in the daytime as well as night? Because most investigations you do at night, don't you? But yeah, is the activity the same during the day? I would say that it is. We just don't.
I think we've been talking about this before, haven't we? The effects of pollution and things like that affect it day and night. Well, we experienced stuff in the day, didn't we? When we're at 30 East Drive.
Yeah.
To me, that was quite surprising that I did experience stuff in the day because I don't normally experience stuff in the day.
Yeah.
That's to say that it's never not there all the time, but I've never really experienced stuff in the day before. It was only at 30 East Drive. That really surprised me, I think.
I think we've had stuff happen, though, haven't we, on setup of investigations. We've had noises and bangs and the lights have still been on.
I mean, stuff does happen. We haven't, stuff does happen in the day. It seems to be sort of rarer than you might have it at night or something. But whether that's due to like you said, noise pollution, there's probably an element in that. I mean, there is a theory as well that something about the conditions of nighttime and being in darkness sort of help paranormal activity, but I would say there's a strong element of everything's quieter at night, and
I guess it's orbs like that though. You wouldn't really pick up on them during the day anyway, would you? You'd only pick up on them because it's dark.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not to say that nothing happens during the day. 30s Drive proved that point anyway, didn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Has anything ever followed us out of investigations? This is an interesting point.
Okay, I've had something follow me home before.
Is that not in Wish though? No. Okay, well,
when we've done one before, I've had something me home.
Did you have to help them move on?
I was driving home, and we were at an investigation in Ventnor. So I live in Freshfield. It's quite far away, quite a distance. And I was driving home, but I could feel something in the car with me. I just had intuition that there was something there. So then I went up, parked in the car park at home. And bearing in mind, this is about 2:30 in the morning. You're not going to get many people about then. I was walking from my car into the back gate, and then I could hear footsteps behind me. So I'm thinking, well, that's not right, is it?
No.
To sleep. All throughout the next couple of days and stuff, I just felt as if there was something with me.
Yeah.
So I had a little talk to it and told it to go away, basically. And it did. I was quite respectful to it, but I actually felt that there was something here for a few days.
I mean, we're all quite respectful when we go to these places anyway, aren't we?
I think that makes the difference. I think that
at the end.
I think that makes a difference in terms of having negative things follow you home. I just think if you go in there dismissing everything and rile something up, they're more likely to sort of target you. But I just think even with things that might be a little bit more negative, it's important to sort of be respectful anyway. Yeah, that's what I've always believed.
We say an opening prayer, don't we, and a closing prayer.
Yeah.
To protect ourselves, and we've got our stones and things like that we use when we go out. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Having said that, though, we do get that piece of equipment, don't we? We do have Alice. And that has said locations that we've been at, hasn't it?
Happens a lot.
I do find odd.
Yeah, I do actually reckon that that's someone from East Dean,
Yeah.
Because that's come up quite a few times.
I think it was a spirit from East Dean.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's come up quite a lot, East Dean, hasn't it? It's East Dean and Arreton that comes up the most, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Interesting.
Maybe they're just intrigued with what we're doing.
Could be, yeah. Coming to say
hello. Or it's pretty you go round, you just don't know, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have one piece of equipment that you prefer to use, or a favourite piece of equipment?
I like the K2 meter.
Yeah.
Had quite good results from that from the beginning. When we were at Wimmering Manor once on the mainland, that was the main source of communication that we had actually between a spirit was there. I actually find that one quite interesting. Or the Ovulus, of course.
Why don't we go to everyone then? I'll say that my favourite is it's probably a tie between the Ovulus and the SLS. I've always been fascinated with the SLS. It's just the fact that you can actually, I mean, for me, the goal has always been to see something. I mean, I've heard things, but I've never seen like a full apparition. So with the SLS, that's the closest you'll get to seeing something that's not there, isn't it? That's what's always fascinated me about it. You have to obviously use a lot of, it does pick up a lot of stuff like chair legs and things like that. So you have to use a lot of elimination. But when there's, when you've eliminated all the normal possibilities and you have a figure there, it's really interesting, isn't it? It's just being able to see something. So those would be my favourite, I think.
In all fairness, we can sort of go around and have a good, feel of the place or whatever. We have actually been lots of places where we're using our own sort of intuition and stuff about things rather than use the equipment as well.
Yeah. So
can't always rely on equipment in order to get anything, can we? So
no. The Spirit Pod I also like. That was really good at 30s Drive. Keeping us up all night, wasn't it? Yeah. Spirit Pod's a good piece. What about you, Rachel?
I do like an EVP machine. I like being able to hear the answers.
Yeah.
So that's quite. It's hard to argue with that as well, isn't it, Niall? When nobody else is in the room and everyone's accounted for and silent, and then there's that extra voice.
Yeah, that is a good one.
I think the spirit box can actually be quite interesting, can't it?
Yeah.
So sometimes I think we end up talking over what they're trying to say, so you can't really hear them properly.
Yeah.
Or but I think we've had some amazing results. I think with the spirit box as well.
Definitely. Yeah. What would you say is yours now?
I've got two, which are actually the same as yours, Alex. It's
Yeah.
just the and the Ovilus, just because obviously for me, trying to find out paranormal, I like the solid, I see something or something's recorded. With obviously the Ovilus, multiple times, as we've just said, saying about places and stuff like that, it just shows that there's either something following us or just randomly. And then you got the SLS to obviously show something up, which is always a good thing to see.
Yeah, definitely. So many to choose from.
There is quite a lot of equipment, isn't
Yeah.
there? But obviously, just we've had some great results where we've all just sat in silence, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we just asked for a noise, or not even asked, really, have we? We've just sat there and just let the place speak for itself, really.
Yeah.
I think when we were at East Drive, we were there for how long were we just sat in the
Quite a while. First hour or so.
It was a long time.
But I mean, I won't say too much because obviously we got the episode coming out. We don't want to spoil it, and that will be the last episode probably. But with 30's Drive, one of the most spectacular pieces that were involved were actually the dowsing rods, weren't they? That was weird. You'll see once the episode comes out, but that was really strange, wasn't it?
But that's pure poltergeist activity, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that was really good.
I think the team analysis on that with Niall will be quite.
Yeah,
that would have been the top.
Quite one to watch, everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just a shame that some of the things that we did experience there, we didn't have any equipment on, so you couldn't see.
Yeah,
but that was half. I think that was. It almost seemed like a deliberate move, didn't it? Because once we turned everything off and we were just talking normally, like should we get a cup of tea or something like that, it all happened.
Yeah.
And then we put the cameras back on, all stopped.
Yeah, I the impression I got was that it was that sort of trickster presence again, because it was definitely deliberate. Because it would be whenever I switched the camera off to move to a different room, bam, it would happen every single time. So it was definitely deliberate in how it was doing that. Yeah, it wanted to make us scared, but it didn't want to be caught on camera. That's the feeling I got. Yeah.
It's like at Trinity Theatre before, when we've been setting up with the radios and the walkie-talkies, and obviously we've had the little girl's voice come from one, and obviously we weren't recording it. And then obviously
that was absolutely amazing. That was.
Yeah, and then it came through again, and you're like, well, we couldn't capture it because obviously we weren't set up. We were setting up at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another good episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
I think we've got a few more questions. That's all right. What should we go for? I think we'll save some as well for when we've got Ash around. But one of them, I think, probably is just for Niall, really. Why don't you believe? is which is quite an interesting question. I think it's just. I think they just want to know your skeptical opinion, really. I think of why. Yeah, I think that's what.
Or maybe what it would take for you to believe, I suppose, as well.
The way that I just don't personally think there's anything there, and then obviously going on that from what we've seen with the team and stuff like that, it's obviously a different insight into what I've not seen before. Then you've got to the stage of the way that I will become a believer in this sort of thing is I will physically have to see it in front of me. There, I know it sounds stupid. Obviously, no one's ever going to see that, but that's the only way that I'll probably be a believer. Will be that way.
Yeah.
What about when you see stuff moving that you can't explain?
What do you mean by that?
Well,
he wasn't at East Drive though, was he, Rach? I think if he was, sorry.
No, but did what about at God's Prov though? With that sign moving.
The ball, you mean?
Well, yeah, sorry, the ball. Yeah.
Well, I've said.
Because I wasn't there for that, so I never saw it. I
believe it to be.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, me and we saw it, Alex, didn't we, in front of our own eyes? We saw it move.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Move.
Yeah, right in front of our eyes.
I kicked the bauble. I can definitely own up to that because I know I kicked it into the.
Yeah, but then it stopped.
Yeah.
And you asked for it. Somebody asked for something to happen, did they? This sounds really bad. I can't remember what happened in the episode.
I mean,
Ash was throwing the baubles, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Asking them whether they can pass them back to the other room, and then we discovered this additional bauble on the floor when we were by the Christmas tree.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, this just goes to show that we don't accept everything. At the time, we thought that he had put back all of the baubles, so we were wondering if something might have put it there. But then we looked at some of the footage, and you can see that he misses one. So that itself wasn't paranormal, but it's the movement that we catch on camera that me and Lisa saw right in front of us. That's quite interesting.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
But then I've said obviously all my opinions in the episode, so go watch it. I won't say that. But, about my reasons for what I thought it was and everything. But then obviously everyone else has their own opinion. So
yeah.
Ash and Lisa, they think it might be something to do with it, obviously. So
obviously you really need to be able to see someone standing in front of you, don't you?
Yes.
Going, "Hi, Niall," or something like that.
Yeah.
It makes people believe a bit more if they've had like experiences and stuff that you can't explain when they were little, when they were children and stuff. Because I've had things happen when I was little that makes me more of a believer. Do you know what I mean? Because of things that happen when you're a child.
I've got family members that had stuff happen, and you know they fully believe in what they saw.
That's a good point actually, because I mean for me, I've always been interested in it because I sort of grew up with it. My whole family's been interested in it. My uncle was very sensitive to it, and he used to see things all the time, and he would always tell me about it while I was growing up. So that's why I've always been interested. But also, growing up in London, the house that we grew up in London was haunted as well. So I had some experiences when I was quite young there as well. So I suppose that factors into it as well. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Did you have anything as a kid that you can't explain now?
No.
No.
I never had anything when I was a small child that was spiritual. No, I've had stuff like when I've been going through life and stuff, like working once with Ash and Lisa actually, and there was like a glass that flew off the counter. Obviously we couldn't explain it, and then other people tried to explain it, but I've had different things obviously before even joining Wish, but since joining Wish I can't say anything that's
still those things that happened before Wish still can't make you.
No.
It's gonna take a lot.
I think if I saw a glass gone off, then
it was odd. It was in the orangery at work, and you've got the bar, haven't you? And then you've got the glasses behind. Literally, it was a Kilner jar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just shot off.
Just shot off the side.
That would be enough for me, I think.
I'll see you tomorrow, guys.
But I mean, you had experiences, didn't you, Rachel, working at the Needles battery, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, it was always renowned. It was always in the. I think it's in some of the ghost books.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's just it had a lot of history up there, and in some parts you never really felt completely alone in there.
Yeah.
But it was a very interesting place to work.
I bet.
Yeah. Okay. Should we save the rest? I'm going to save the rest of the questions for Ash.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because there's some good ones in there, which I think might bring up a little Ash and Niall debate.
Round two.
Round two. I was going to say.
Yeah.
Round two.
So we'll leave them for now.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to remind everybody, Amazon episode 1 and 2 is out now. The links are on the Facebook page, and we'll also be putting them in the YouTube video in the bit below as well in the description.
Yep.
So if you do watch it, please write a review on there.
Yeah.
And leave us some stars or anything. And the link to the YouTube will be up on Facebook. Will it shortly? Alex?
Yeah, we'll put the link up. Yeah. there'll be a couple of videos going up this week. And then it sort of depends largely on how long we're going to have to stay indoors, really, doesn't it? But we're going to try and get something out weekly, whether it be sort of the session like this. But I have got more planned for things that we can do from inside. Like maybe we can have people on to interview and things like that. So yeah, I've got ideas.
I think as soon as we can get out and about and all meet up again, then we can get episode 3 out there.
And also
we are literally only needing a few things.
Yeah.
Which won't take very long, so hopefully the episode that'll be the first thing that we'll concentrate on for everyone.
Yeah.
As soon as we can get out and about.
Yeah. We're also planning a trip to the Longstone, weren't we? Which has been delayed because of lockdown. We were planning to go just before lockdown.
You're very excited about. This will be on the YouTube channel as a mini episode along with the podcast and the other ones.
Longstone.
Longstone.
Yeah.
You're really looking forward to that.
I am, but my friend has given me some extra special protection that we can put on ourselves.
It does make me feel a little bit worried that.
Only because it's where it's pagan. It has also been known to be used for other purposes as well, for things that are a bit darker. So even though that we do say the prayers and everything, we've got our stones for protection, it's always good just to have that little bit of extra protection, just in case it's needed. But I am really looking forward to it.
Yeah, there's a few locations that we've got planned for the YouTube series, which I'm really looking forward to. I suppose it's more an opportunity as well, as where the episodes are shorter than the main ones, is that we can go to places that we won't be able to fit a whole episode around, isn't it? So we can go to places like Parkhurst Forest and the Longstone and things like that. So it's a good opportunity to get out and do places like that, I think. Yeah, that should be good. So hopefully Parkhurst will be out this week.
And these places are public places as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know whether anyone actually, if you're going to like and subscribe to our channel, if you want to actually put on there, see if there's any little place that you'd like us to go out and do a little mini investigation.
I was just going to say that, get your locations in.
Yeah.
Tell us about your experiences as well. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. So remember, episodes on Amazon, and when you do get on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button, and there's a little bell there as well if you can click that as well, so you'll be the first to know when we upload stuff this week. All right,
should be good.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
It's been a very different way of doing things, but
it'll be good though, I think. Yeah.
It'll be good. But thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thanks, everyone.
As well.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Speak to you soon.
See you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.